So today I am drawing characters for every single letter of the alphabet. Oh my god, that's 26 characters. This is the most drawings I've ever done for a video, so let's just jump right into it.
A is for...
I'm Annabeth. Are you stalking me, Annabeth?
Annabeth! I love Annabeth Chase from Percy Jackson. I've drawn her so many times, but I have not drawn her since the TV show came out. So I thought it'd be really fun to draw the TV show Annabeth. And so that's what I did. I picked the little purple jacket outfit she has because I want the jacket. I really want it. And since this is the first drawing of many, I decided to take it a little easy and do something simple, lean myself into it, you know? I don't usually draw like real people, so I hope I did the actress justice and like captured her face. I'm not sure if I did. I do think it still looks like her, of course, but yeah, I did my best. Annabeth is one of my favorite characters in the Rick Riordan verse, other than Grover. Grover's my favorite, I'm sorry, but Annabeth's probably like second fave, or Percy. And, you know, best girl. I'm really excited to see future seasons, because I personally really enjoyed the show. I know it was like, not everyone liked it. I really enjoyed it. I hope we get to see like all the way up to Heroes of Olympus. I think that'd be so cool. I'm very excited to see. So this is the Annabeth drawing.
B is for...
Bunri Setsu from A3. So I decided to mix this up with some popular stuff that a lot of you might know and some bit obscure things just for me that I like. And this is one of those things that no one knows it, but I like it. It's like a game about actors. It's silly, but I love it. And Bunri is not my favorite character in it, but his name sure does start with a B. So here he is to represent. His outfit is hideous. We just have to accept it. We have to accept him for who he is. And he wears leopard print in every outfit. And he exclusively wears purple, which honestly, fair enough. My favorite color is also purple. I totally get it. I also floofed up his hair so much on accident. Man looks like he just got a new shampoo. He's doing a shampoo commercial. That's how this turned out. That wasn't on purpose, but he do be looking floofy. Floofier than usual. Also, because this game is so like anime in you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but it is. I wanted to try and draw a bit more an anime art style. So let me know if you think I succeeded. It was a bit of a struggle. I don't know. I love anime art, but it's tough to do it. But yeah, that's Bunri.
C is for...
Hey, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Cat Noir.
Yeah, I know.
Chat Noir. It's Chat Noir, not Cat Noir. I refuse to say Cat Noir. Don't like it. I didn't like the English dub of this show. I think that's an unpopular opinion. I tried watching it in French, and I watched it in French for most of the seasons, but then I stopped seeing people subbing it, so I stopped watching the show. I wanted to draw like in a profile video because I don't do that super often, and I really liked the way it looked in the sketch, and then I feel like I lost it at some point for the whole drawing, honestly. And ignore the background. I tried to draw the Eiffel Tower in the background, but you know what I didn't do? I didn't look at a reference. So it looks so silly, but I was lazy. You ever just get lazy? I also couldn't find a good reference of his pole. So it's just a metal tube he's holding. He looks, well, it's fine. Also, drawing from this angle, I've literally never done anything like that. Like I don't draw the back of people. I've never needed to. This was a bit of a challenge. So yeah, that's Chat Noir.
D is for...
Deku. Because I used Deku and not Izuku, because Izuku's his name. I drew him in his hero outfit because his hero name is Deku, if that makes sense. I would have rather drawn him in a school uniform because that would have been easier, but that would just be Izuku. His name isn't Deku. So that was my vibe with that. Same with like Chat Noir. His real name's Adrian, but because Chat Noir is the hero, you know? I hope that makes sense. Also, I'm a fake My Hero fan. I am so far behind in this show. So I don't know what's going on, but I did draw him in his, like, I think it's his current outfit with like the yellow scarf. I think he's like a vigilante or something. I have no idea. I'm so behind. I do need to catch up at some point. So this whole drawing is a lie. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to draw him like a more dramatic pose, and his whole thing is like he wants to save people with a smile, blah blah blah, you know how he be. So I wanted to draw him like injured in rubble, you know, that sort of thing, but smiling. And in the new, see, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if his personality or his whole goals have changed, but no one called me out on it when I posted it, so there he is. That's Deku.
E is for
I'm the Full Metal Alchemist. My name's Edward Elric.
Edward Elric is my favorite character ever, pretty much. I don't know if that's true, but I do love him. Full Metal Alchemist is one of my absolute favorite shows of all time, and he's my favorite character. And so I went a little overboard with my boy, I will admit. I drew him several times for this. I really enjoy doing character spreads more than like I ran out of ideas for just illustrations of a character standing there alone. So filling the frame with more was fun. I drew like a couple different versions of him in different outfits. I really wanted to draw the like winter coat he gets for like a season, because I think that's fun. So I included that one. You know, just some classic Edward Elric vibes, him bleeding out of his forehead as he usually does, you know. Something I really like to do with my Ed drawings is adding the little forehead scar. I don't see a lot of people do that, but I think it's a fun detail that he consistently has that, and that's like the place that like that wound opens up consistently throughout the show, which makes sense for leaving a scar, you know. I like, for all there's so many cool little details like that I really love. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite drawings of the set. Definitely one of the ones I had the most fun with because he's one of my favorite characters. But yeah, there's Edward Elric.
F is for
Futaba Sakura and Sojiro Sakura's house. And
Futaba. This is where things took a turn for me. I didn't really want to draw her. I like Futaba and I like Persona 5. I've never played the game. I've only watched the anime, and I watched it at like 1 in the morning, and so my memory of it is not the best. I do remember liking her character though, so, and I couldn't think of anything else for F, so I picked her, and I was struggling, I will admit. So I don't love the way she turned out, but I hope you like it. I'm sorry, Futaba stands. I should play the game. I really want to play the game at some point, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated on maybe. I feel like you can always tell when like someone drew something and didn't fully enjoy drawing it, and this is one of those times where it's like, I feel like you can tell I wasn't in it, but that's okay. You know, there's 26 characters. They're not all gonna be perfect. But on that note, there she is. Next character.
G is for
学でいい。なんで？
Gaku from Idolish 7. I love him. Idolish 7 is one of my absolute favorite anime that no one's heard of. It's so good. People, I feel like, wouldn't give it a chance because it's an idol anime, but I feel like it's so much more than that. There's actual really interesting plots, and I say this as an idol anime fan. A lot of them aren't that good. This one is really good. And I picked Gaku to draw. Again, I tried to do a bit more of an anime art style because every time I don't know, idol anime or anime of that type of genre really just make me want to be able to draw in an anime art style because I think it's so pretty and I'm so bad at it. But I tried, and I thought a fun little thing to do because his hair is white and he's extremely pale is to have him in like a white outfit, and then there's like this outfit where he has like headphones on and then like a loose tie and a white shirt, and then I thought it'd be cool to have like a dark background. I don't usually do that, but I thought the contrast would look really cool, and I tried to go real detailed with the hair because I thought that'd be fun to do. A lot of people on Tumblr kept saying that it was a hairband in his hair. Whoopsies. That's cute too, but it was supposed to be headphones. But I really like the way the hair turned out. I don't know how I feel about his face, but he's always just a little awkward looking. And that's Gaku, yeah.
H is for
I'm Haruhi Fujioka. We're both first years. Just like you, I was admitted when I got to high school. Guess we're buddies.
Haruhi! This one I did another character spread because I was getting bored. And I thought it would be fun. And so I did that. I also drew this one live. So if you ever want to watch me draw live and chat with me, I stream on Twitch sometimes. Not super often, but I do it. And so yeah, I drew this one live, which was so much fun. Ouran has like such a special place in my heart. My Ouran animatic is like one of the first videos of mine to ever get as big as it did. I think it has 500,000 views, which is crazy, and everyone was so kind and it made me so happy, and it really like helped my channel grow, and so I feel very like connected to this show. I have 2 Ouran animatics if you're interested. And I've not really drawn Haruhi too much, so she was really fun to draw. I was really excited to draw like the messy hair episode 1 Haruhi, because such a vibe, you know? Yeah, there's Haruhi, non-binary icon. We stan.
I is for
My name's Gary, and you are? Ebe. Ebe, you say?
Ebe. This is an obscure one, I think. There's this RPG horror game called Ebe, and the main character's name is Ebe, and I can't help but feel like it was probably like a weird mistranslation of the name Eve, but her name's Ebe. And I first got into this game from watching Markiplier play it way back when, which was what got me into watching Markiplier in the first place, which is kind of crazy. And I just really liked it. I thought it was so cool. It's like set in like an art gallery. So I drew her standing in front of like a portrait, and the life system is roses. So like if you take damage, you lose a petal on your rose. And there's like different characters that have different color roses. So I had her holding her rose as well as another character's rose. I also tried to draw a bit more arty. Does that make sense? Like, I wanted her to look like a paper cutout, sort of like that. I don't know if I achieved that, and like add more texture to the drawing so it looks a little less digital, I guess. So yeah, there she is.
J is for
Nice one, James!
James Potter. Okay. I hate the way this turned out. We're gonna go with it. Just, it's gonna look weird for the entire drawing, and it's never gonna stop looking weird, and we both just have to be okay with that, all right? I'm okay with it, and I hope you're okay with it. I have been a big Marauders fan since I read the books. Also, I do want to disclaim real fast, do not support the author. And I ask that you don't either. I like didn't even tag the drawing Harry Potter because I was like, I don't wanna. Marauders is it's basically its own thing in my mind, you know. I wrote the characters myself because there's nothing about them in the books really. So I've got it all in my little brain. James is my favorite. I know that's unpopular, but in my head, he's the best one. I overcompensated with this drawing because I wasn't liking how it was going. I wanted to try painterly art. I don't paint ever. So I was like, I'm drawing 26 characters. We might as well mix things up, try new things. And so I did something a little different, and sometimes it doesn't always work out. But I had fun with the painting, even if I don't like the way the drawing looks. And that's what matters. And then I did that thing that I do where if I don't like a drawing, I add a bunch of lighting and hope it distracts. Did it distract? Be honest. That's it. That's James Potter. On to the next one.
K is for
My name is Kusuo Saiki, and I have psychic superpowers.
Psyche K. I watched the show for the first time as I was working on these drawings, and then I threw him in, and I was like, sure, you can be K. I have so many mixed feelings about this show. I enjoyed it, but I thought the female characters were so poorly written. But I've never heard anyone else say that, so maybe it's just a me thing. But I was like, all they ever talk about is being beautiful, popular, wanting boys to like them, and like food. And that's like, they have no depth to them, and all the other characters have so much going on, and I'm like, that's kind of lame. But I really liked Psyche as a character. Little known fact about me, I don't really talk about myself very often, but I am asexual, and so seeing asexual representation was really cool and rare, and I was very excited to see it represented in a way that I connect with. His character was very relatable to me. And as you can see in the drawing, probably I'm doing something a little weird with it. I really like decora art. I think it's really cool, and I feel like, I don't know, something about the show has that vibe and energy to it. The colors really work because his color scheme is so out there. He would never wear that because he doesn't like to stand out. But it was just a fun little experiment. I've never done anything like that. And like I said, there's 26 characters. We might as well have some fun with it. And there he is, the boy.
L is for
I want to tell you I'm Al.
L from Death Note. I feel like this one, like, how could I not do L for L, you know? Who else would I pick? Light? Never. And I thought a really fun, silly idea for the drawing would to be him standing there in his usual emo self, but with like cute little background with like strawberries and like pink. And I was like, that's fun. It's like such a funny juxtaposition, but it's so his aesthetic, you know? So that was my idea with that. You know what is a weird thing about me? I think it's so fun drawing like bags under eyes. So that was so fun to do for no reason at all. I don't know. It's just, I like drawing little lines under the eyes and then like shading it. It's fun. His hair was difficult because like it's more spiky than fluffy, but I'm a fluffy hair artist. That's my whole thing. That's my whole art style. So I made it like a combo. Yeah, I had fun with this one. It's pretty simple, but it was like an enjoyable time to draw, you know? There he is. There's the guy.
M is for
The destiny of a great kingdom rests on the shoulders of a young man. His name, Merlin.
Merlin! Does anyone go here? Merlin, I feel like, I mean, it's definitely got a massive fandom, but I don't know if there's a huge overlap of like anime fans, which is who's probably watching these videos. But I love this show. This has been one of my favorite shows for so long. I've rewatched it more times than I could tell you. Comfort show, you know? And Merlin's my favorite character. So I had to draw him. And I did like a full body drawing because I was missing drawing full bodies. Like that's what I mainly draw is full body character design drawings. So, you know, I was missing it. So that's what I did. The foreshortening wasn't fun to do, but we had to throw in something challenging, you know? That hand was rough. I don't know if it looks right, even now. It's fine. I actually don't care if the foreshortening's weird. I liked drawing Merlin. I should draw him more often though. But there he is. There's Merlin.
N is for
Nene from Hanako-kun. So for this one, I decided to try and draw in a chibi art style. I've never drawn in a chibi art style before. This was my first time really fully embracing and attempting chibi art, other than the one time when I, like years ago for my OCs that I didn't spend much time on. But this is like my first real attempt. So you can let me know how I did. I don't know. I was told it looks cute, but am I being lied to? I don't know. But I had just watched the After School Hanako-kun, which is like an OVA series, I think. And I thought they were so fun and cute. So I was really excited to draw her after watching those. And I included the little moke and the candy in the background, made it like a whole thing. It was fun. I enjoyed. The colors were really fun to do. It was a struggle to draw chibi. I don't know. I'm so unsure about this one. Of all the ones in this is the one I'm most unsure about. So do tell if I should pursue chibi art more or not. But yeah, there she is.
O is for
Otoya. This is another obscure one, I will admit. It's another idol anime. I'm sorry, I like idol anime. Some of them are so bad. And this one's no exception. This one's not good, but it's also so good. The show's ridiculous. I do not recommend it, but unless you like incredibly unhinged shows. And this is my favorite character from it. And I thought it'd be fun to draw like the game version of him. The anime is based on a game. The game is very different from the anime. But I thought it'd be fun to draw the game version and the game outfits. I did a little spread because he's one of my favorite characters. I also challenged myself to draw a guitar. That was rough. And I feel like you can tell that was rough. That was a rough thing for me. Some rough thing I went through was drawing that guitar. But something else I really wanted to make sure I did, because the anime paled this man out so much. He's tan in the game. I don't know why they made him less tan and they made a different character more tan. And I do not understand the thought process. I always draw him tan because I miss it. Yeah, this one was fun to draw, but that guitar really threw me. I've only ever drawn acoustic guitars. I've never drawn an electric guitar, so it was a bit of a challenge. But I think I overall like the way it turned out. I also thought it'd be fun to add his little signature, so I copy-pasted that from Google Images. Because I can't do that. So there he is, the boy.
P is for
Phoenix Wright! I've only played the first game. And I would love to play the other games at some point. I have so much on my list, but you know, it's fine. I've never drawn Phoenix before. So his hair was, I've never really realized, what is that? Why is his hair like that? Fun pose I thought to do, because I wanted to add more movement. Is having him freaking out being late for a trial or something and have like papers flying and like he's rushing to put his jacket on. I don't know. Felt Phoenixy, you know? Felt like his vibe to be stressed. Something I really regret with this specific drawing is like I drew the face and then like towards the end of the drawing I changed it and I regret it did look weird the first time, but I feel like it looks like weirder after I tried to fix it. So I don't know, because I was looking back at the speed paint, I was like, wait a second, why did I do that? So yeah, this one was really fun to do, actually. I don't like the way the face turned out, but I like the way the rest of it turned out. I hope that makes sense.
Q. Q is for
I am Chi-Chi. I am a zombie, and I forgot what comes next. Chi-Chi! This one goes out to my brother who picked her for me because I couldn't think of a character for Q. And he wanted me to draw Chi-Chi. I was gonna originally draw Kave for K, and then I was watching Psyche K while working on it, and I switched it out. So now we're free to do Chi-Chi for Q. And again, I got to attempt a bit of like a chibi art style, sort of differently than the other one. I wanted to have her like doing that little run that the chibi characters do in Genshin, and she's thinking about cocoa milk. Is that what she calls it? I can't remember. I'm not a huge Chi-Chi fan, to be honest, but I had to include a Genshin character, and her name starts with a Q. I don't know who else I would have done, to be honest with you. Also, Genshin characters have so much detail to the outfit, so this was very brave of me to draw a full body of a Genshin character. It was something. Details are hard, but I think she turned out cute. I'm not mad at it. I think I am. It's like differently chibi than the other one, but I think I like this one better. I don't know. You let me know. There she is.
R is for
Rin Kagamine. I love Rin so much. She's my favorite Vocaloid. Best girl. I've cosplayed her. I've drawn her so many times in my sketchbook. I don't think I've drawn her much digitally though, so this was fun. A thing I like to do with Rin that I don't see a lot of people doing is I like to add more angular shapes. I feel like that matches her personality more. A lot of people draw her super like cutesy and girly. I don't know, she seems like a little gremlin to me. That's how I've always imagined her personality, so I wanted to add shape language that matches that, if that makes sense. She's still like cutesy, but like in a manipulative way, I feel. I don't know if that makes any sense. She's a little menace, and I love her for it. So that was the vibe of the drawing to me. She's like posing all cute, but it's got all the like angles and stuff. I had fun with this one. I just love Rin. I don't listen to too much Vocaloid these days, but I should. I do enjoy it. And there she is. There we go.
S is for
Oh, I'm sorry. My name's Sheeta.
Sheeta, what a beautiful name.
Sheeta! Castle in the Sky is my favorite Ghibli movie, and that's a wildly unpopular opinion. But I just love it. It was one of my favorites as a kid, and then I got older and I actually comprehended the morals of the story and the themes, and now I love it even more. It's really good. So here's Sheeta. I wanted to draw like her necklace when it glows, so that was the attempt I went with. A weird thing about this drawing for me is I like the way it all looks. Like everything individually looks good, and then somehow zoomed out I'm like, that looks a little bit odd, but maybe it doesn't and I'm wrong. But either way, this one was really fun to do. Drawing like the light dispersing from the necklace, it was a fun time. And there she is, there's Sheeta.
T is for
It's me. Hi, I'm Taco? You know, from TV?
Taco. This one is a bit of a challenge because he doesn't have a canon design. Which, my thing is character design. That's what I do on this channel most of the time. I wanted to draw him doing he's got like a little cooking show. So I wanted to draw him doing the cooking show. Also, if you don't know, he's from a podcast, a D&D podcast. He had a little cooking show. It was called Sizzle It Up with Taco. I'm not sure why I drew him holding a ladle and then he's like floating macaroons. Also, don't look at the hands on literally any drawing I've ever drawn ever. Don't do that. But especially on this one. The last couple times I did Taco, I did Blue Taco from the comics. So I thought I'd try doing my own thing. for this version. Something I really like the idea of is Taco having a tooth gap. I've seen a few people do that, and I think it's so cute, so I included that. He's sort of an intimidating character to draw because he's described as being like incredibly beautiful, and drawing anyone who's incredibly beautiful is a little scary to me because I'm like, I have to capture beauty. I've never drawn beautiful people before. Does that make sense? Every comment I get on my art is it's cute. I can't draw pretty, I draw cute. So I hope I drew him cute and beautiful because it's what he deserves. I also thought it'd be fun to try and make the drawing look like it's a flyer for the show. I don't know if that came across, but that was the inspo. And there he is.
U is for
Uto from Shugokara. This is another obscure one. She's from like a kid's magical girl anime. Why I watched this show, I do not know to this day, because I did watch it when I was in high school. What a random show to watch. And I've watched every single episode, including the ones where they started adding weird live action, like toddler stuff. I was like, why am I watching this? I hated every second of it, but I did it anyway. But anyway, Uto's like an idol theme is here. And so I wanted to draw her in like one of her stage outfits singing. I thought that'd be fun. At this point in these drawings, I was drawing them every single day and I was getting tired. So I didn't really look at references too much. Her face doesn't look like, I don't hate the way her face turned out, but at the same time, I feel like her face doesn't look like her face. Maybe it's just because my art style's so different from the original. And I often try to like draw an anime art style for super anime characters, if that makes sense. And I didn't do that this time. I'm not really sure what makes me feel like she looks off, but the lighting do be lighting in this. I thought it'd be fun to draw like a little spotlight. I think that's a fun idea. I hadn't been doing too many illustrations with backgrounds, so I did. Kind of. Does this count as a background? It does to me. But there she is. That's how she turned out.
V is for
I, Varian, can unlock the mystery of your hair with the power of science! Ow!
Varian. I was so excited to draw Varian. I loved Tangled the series. The music in that show is so good. There's a lot of like skips in terms of episodes, but the episodes that have plot are also really enjoyable. However, like I said, I've reached a point and I was so burnt out with drawing and I was like, I don't want to draw. But I did my best for the moment that I could. I thought it'd be fun to draw him holding one of his little potions because he's an alchemist, and I thought having the potion glow, like doing some lighting, could be fun. I've drawn Varian once before, and I was really excited to see how I'd improve, but I think this drawing's worse than the last one. This was my give up drawing. I give up drawing, you know? So I kind of don't like the way it looks, but looking at it now, because I hated it when I finished it, it's not as bad as I thought. So if you ever hate your art, just know in a couple days you'll hate it less, and that'll really get you through the moment, I think. His songs are like some of my favorites in the whole series. Jeremy Jordan, you know, beautiful voice. So there's Varian. There he is, the little guy.
W is for
Let me introduce myself. I am William T. Spears, an administrator at the Grim Reaper Staffing Association.
William T. Spears, why is that his name? He's not Shakespeare. Who does he think he is? This is another... It's not an obscure... He's from Black Butler, which was popular back in the day. I think a lot of people have misconceptions about it because of the way the fandom was back then, if you know what I mean. But I promise you, it's pretty good. You do have to Google how to watch the show if you're gonna watch it, though, because so many of the episodes aren't real. The manga's good. And William he sure is a character in it. His name starts with a W, and that's why he's here. I don't dislike him, but he's not one of my faves, and he's not in it super often. I had fun drawing him. I tried to do anime again, you know. One day I'll succeed. And I don't think it turned out super anime, but that was the inspo when drawing it. And I do like his vibe and aesthetic. He's got like, I tried to do like the glowing Shinigami eyes, because he's a Shinigami. And then doing like a red background to make the eyes stand out more. And I put like some filter on it, I don't remember what it was, to make the whole drawing look darker. And I just thought it looked cool. So that's what I did. I did a portrait because it's easier, and faces are one of the most fun parts to draw, so you know. Also glasses. I don't know why I find glasses so hard to draw. I also always forget to add glasses, so the fact that I remembered. But yeah, there he is. There's Will.
X is for
私はレインズワース家に仕えし者。なおザークシーズブレイクと申します。
Xerxes Break is the character I picked for X. This is an obscure one. This is from Pandora Hearts, which is such a good manga. The anime's not good. Don't bother. The manga's really good. And he's my favorite character. And his name technically isn't Xerxes, but I think he named himself that. So it counts. That's the name he named himself, and that's the name he goes by the entire series. Therefore, that's his name. I don't care that his real name is Kevin. He doesn't look like a Kevin. Who's Kevin? His name's Xerxes. Well, he goes by Break the whole show, but his supposed first name is Xerxes. So I drew him with his little lollipop, and then I drew him with Emily, which is this puppet he carries around. He's a ventriloquist. Don't know why, it's never said. He just does it. I bet all of you are incredibly confused what this manga is about. It's actually like a tragedy manga. It's sad and intense. I also tried to do like a watercolor thing because a lot of the manga art is in watercolor, and I think it's so beautiful. I think the art in this manga is so beautiful. So I wanted to try something a little similar. It will never compare, but it was a fun experiment. I do like the way it looks. I used the like blender brush, watercolor blender brush on Photoshop for it. And it was a fun change of pace. And there he is, the little guy with his candy.
Y is for
いいんだよ、春にき。
Yuki-sama! I was so close to doing Yuri Katsuki from Yuri on Ice because of the announcement that the movie's not happening. I was like, that's sad. I'll draw him. But, glasses. I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that again. So I picked Yuki-sama from Fruits Basket, which is one of my favorite anime. This one's also incredibly sad. It doesn't look like it, and it sure doesn't look like it based on the drawing I did. It's a very misleading show. This character, he's a rat. So I drew him with little rat ears, which he never has in the show, I realized, because Kyo gets cat ears because he's a cat. And every once in a while, he'll have like sprout little cat ears in the show. But Yuki never grows little rat ears. Why is that? So I added rat ears. And then I wanted to draw him in his rat form, like his actual rat form, which was really fun to do. I don't really draw animals too often, but this was really fun. He's just a little guy. He's just a little rat. Yeah, I just tried to have some fun with this. I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I just started drawing, and then this was it, you know? Sometimes you just gotta turn your brain off. There he is, the guy.
Z is for
Hello, Zuko here.
And then we finally made it to the last one, Zed Zuko. And of course I picked Zuko. I know I just drew Zuko in my last video, but we draw on him again because Zuko. I did another little character spread for the funs of it. The arm is wonky. We're gonna ignore the arm. Other than that, I do like the way it looks. Ignore the arm. I really like the faces. I thought it'd be fun to draw like almost chibi, like super cartoony, like extra cartoony to my usual cartoony art style. On the sides for like his little angry expression and his little soft smile. Those were really fun to draw. The little Zuzu. I love Avatar The Last Airbender. I haven't seen the live action show yet. Let me know if it's good and worth the watch. I'm scared. But there he is. That's Zuzu. And that's all the characters. That's all 26 characters. That's how I feel about this. I died slowly throughout this, and I feel like you can tell. I almost feel like my art got worse. I don't know if that's just a me thing. But yeah, I was also posting these all on my various social medias as I was drawing them to see if anyone would notice what I was doing, and no one did. Which is fair enough. But if you ever want to see me doing little things like this, please follow me, and maybe you'll catch on to my little secret projects. Also, it was my sister's idea to do the alphabet meme thing for each of the intros, so you have her to thank for that. And she's also doing this challenge, so if you want to see what character she picks, be sure to check her out. I'll link her in the description. But yeah, this video took forever. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which drawing you think turned out the best, or which character is your favorite, or even if you want, comment what characters you would have done for each letter. I'd be interested to see. Have a good rest of your day or night or whatever. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.